Hi guys, how are we today? Good evening. I hope we're all good. Today we're going to be having an awesome time. So I hope you're as excited as I am because today is going to be super awesome. Today we're going to first be talking about portfolio development, and then we're going to be having maybe like a slight conversation. Can you hear me though? Are we together? Um, can you hear me? Are we together? Can you hear me clearly, please, before I continue? Oh, hi everyone. Awesome. So, hi guys, once again. Today is going to be super awesome. We have so many things packed for us today. It's going to be an awesome time. So, first, we're going to be talking about portfolio development. So, we're having a slight conversation, and then we're going to be announcing our winners. So, I hope you're all as excited as I am. I hope we're all excited as I am because we're going to be talking about so many things. And just to also inform you guys, we're going to be having a mentorship session after the whole class. I hope we all know that this is our last class together, which it's been a whole journey and I'm so excited. It's a bittersweet moment. So, yes, today is marking the end of our classes, and after now, we're moving on to the mentorship side. Facilitator Fola would shed more light on that later in the class. And yeah, we're going to be announcing our winners today. I know we put in effort, but trust me, we tried our best to not be as biased as possible and consider everything from your slides to your prototype to your wireframes before we came up with the final winner. So hope you guys are excited. That will be announced at the end of class, so stay tuned as we move through everything. So yeah, I guess I can get started. So maybe before I start, let me just ask, how are we? How are we doing? Do we have any questions, anything to say before I dive right in? It's been a journey. We started from learning. We started as level zero beginners, learning all about UX design, learning all about UI design, all the way to even doing our own projects, collaborating, working together with other designers, and getting something out. So, like, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. So maybe before I start, because this is the last phase, portfolio development, which is also like putting yourself out there. I don't know if one or two of us just want to say one or two things they've learned or something that stood out to them throughout. Although, we probably still do that at the end of the class. So yeah, based on the previous days and previous feedback, I don't know if we have anything to say before I dive right in, because today is gonna be a full day. It's gonna be super amazing. Okay. Okay, so all right, so let's get started. So, what is portfolio development? So today we're going to be looking at putting yourself out there. We're going to be doing portfolio development. We're going to be reviewing one or two portfolios. Now, reviewing is not like we were told that there was a secret assignment for us to do any portfolio. No, we're going to be looking at existing portfolios and maybe one or two things we could learn from them. And then we'll have the winner announcements and other announcements as we go on. So let's talk about putting yourself out there. Why should we put ourselves out there? Like, what's the point of putting ourselves out there? I might just be a designer in my room, doing my best, being like a pro, and the job will just find its way into my house. And it will be awesome. The money, I'll just send my account number, everything will just balance. And I'll have an exciting life. Like, do I actually have to put myself out there? So that's an important question. So now the question is, why should we put ourselves out there? And is the understanding the fact that putting ourselves out there means we're actively showcasing our skills, our experiences, and personalities in ways that others get to see our professional value and creativity. So, just as I started, all of that really doesn't happen. A job doesn't always come to meet in your house. And even if it comes to meet in your house, they probably heard about you somewhere, or probably like came across your CV or your portfolio, or someone recommended you. And even if someone recommends you, you still have to show that, okay, you can still get the job done. So you actually need to have some form of evidence of the work you do, evidence of, okay, I am a designer. I'm not just saying I'm a designer. This is something I've designed. And thank God for the whole assignment. Now we actually have what we can show people that, okay, I did work on a project. So it's about showing others that, okay, this is my professional value. I might not be a senior designer yet, but I can get the job done. I can do something. I can start something. And for designers, this involves creating and sharing a portfolio. This could be probably you putting something on your social media. This could be you networking or continuously adding visibility to your work and personal brand. So be it, okay, these are my Behance or on my website, or maybe even just posting on my WhatsApp. Let's even start from my contacts, because you really don't know who is looking. Like we said in our last class, you really don't know who is looking at you. So it's very, very important to keep talking about what you do. And if anyone ever wants to see, so that opportunity will meet preparedness, you need to have some form of portfolio or some form of storage of the works that you do. And it's not easy. I don't even lie to you. It's not easy to have this, especially for introverts or people that are not used to talking and everything. But it's very important, even in your own little way, to put yourself out there. And today we're going to be talking about different ways you can put yourself out there, as well as different ways how to even go about putting ourselves out there, so that we can have an online presence, or we could have some form of evidence when it comes to getting jobs and closing deals. Okay, so let's move on. And yeah, I know it's raining, so network might be a bit shaking. So let's just bear with me and be patient with ourselves as we go on. All right, so what's putting yourself out there? Let me just continue on that. It's about standing out, it's about attracting opportunities by sharing what you know, what you do, and what makes you unique. Standing out and attracting opportunities, because if I'm looking for a designer, I'll most likely go on Google or go on somewhere like maybe Indeed or LinkedIn and say, oh, I'm or Twitter itself and say, oh, I'm looking for a designer, and it's who replies that I'll go on with. Or even maybe as a HR, I'll probably go to LinkedIn and look for, okay, who are the people that are open for work and are designers, and then the list comes out, and then I start going through them, and to make my final choice, probably working with maybe a designer on the team, or requirements to make my final decision is now what I'll now have to say, okay, what can these people do, or to what extent is their experience? So putting yourself out there is standing out, definitely, and then it's also attracting opportunities by sharing what you know, what you can do, and what makes you unique. So what are the benefits of putting yourself out there? I'm sure I've already said one or two things, and I really hope I'm not rushing right now. So what are the benefits of putting yourself out there? This is where putting yourself out there attracts job opportunities. As earlier mentioned, recruiters and clients often browse online profiles and portfolios when they are looking for design talent. So if you are not there, they can't find you and they don't know you. So how else would they get to know that you can actually get this job done? And there are so many opportunities. You even see some entry level jobs paying more than some like professional jobs in other countries. And just because you're not out there, they were not able to find you. So you do need to put your have like online profiles saying what you do, like open a LinkedIn. We'll be having a 21 days challenge. So I hope we all have LinkedIn accounts. If you don't have, we should go and create one. More information will come on that. Then also we should putting yourself out there builds credibility and authority. So you are showcasing your expertise. They can trust you. They can say, okay, this is a professional. They can look at two different works and say, oh, I chose this person because of what I'm looking at. And then it also expands your network. You get to meet with other designers. You get to have a community. You get to probably get mentorship opportunities. Maybe there's someone that's like, oh, I want to see someone I can mentor, or maybe looking for someone to join him or her on a project, and then they see your profile and they're like, oh, this is a good fit. So from there, you never know, you could have professional friendship, which could lead to even more opportunities, or you could probably get a job, or you could just have maybe you can now be getting inspiration from another person's, because when you network, they can see your work, you can also see their work. So maybe when they post something, from their post you can be like, oh, this looks good, this is something I would like to have, or this is something I should try doing to probably expand my skill or become better when it comes to design. Then also, another benefit is it boosts your personal brand. So we talked a bit about branding. So branding is not just unique to a company; it could also be an individual such that when you hear certain names, you know the person. Like they don't need to like wait. Let me use if you hear whiskey now, there's no whiskey 2 or whiskey 1 or whiskey 3. Like you know who whiskey is. If you hear, I don't know why I'm using musician, like if you hear David, if you hear Moses Bliss now, you know who Moses Bliss is. If you hear maybe Spirit of Prophecy, you know who that is. You're not confused because they built a brand around their name. When you see their flyers, you're like, oh, this is most likely something related to them. You can't see maybe something about which one will I say now, unless maybe it's an advert for a company. But then when you go online and type on Google, it's not Google is not confused. Like they know who you are talking about, even if someone might have the same name. So that's about building your brand, and then you can take the step further to probably have your own color or have your own style and be like, okay, probably for me, I only do fintech designs, or for me, I only do minimalist design. So if you're coming with me with like maybe a cryptocurrency design or a gamer design, I can't do that for you because my core is probably simple, minimalist, fintech. Like that's my core. Even if I can try to do what you want me to do, that's not my strength. So, and then when you're able to like carve a niche out for yourself, because in product design, they're actually different niche. You can say, oh, me, my own product design sits with fashion, or my own product design sits with skincare. And you can take it to different levels, like beautiful designs in those areas. And then when you have those brands, how do you now boost that personal brand? Is by putting yourself out there. So you're able to brand yourself, you're able to make yourself recognizable and memorable. If they see your logo, maybe you become someone that accepts projects and all, they see your logo, they see your work. I'm sure you've seen one or two works and you're like, oh, maybe let me use although okay, let me just use an example. Probably you've seen a design and like, oh, this design is probably from this church, or this design is probably from this person. Or I know a friend that probably did this design. So that's where personal branding comes in. And sometimes it's unconscious, sometimes it's very deliberate. So and even I don't know if we know this popular person, like some they have one cloth that they are wearing in all their videos. That is their branding. And if you see that cloth, so even though you don't see the full face, you already know who it is. So that's kind of like how personal branding works. So you could just build your personal brand in your own niche. And if you don't have one yet, that's fine. You can just keep exploring, and over time you're able to like streamline that, okay, this is what I'm good at and this is what I can keep building on or building with. And then also, when you put yourself out there, it's easier to get feedback. And we've talked about feedback like last class since Monday, Wednesday, we'll be talking about feedback. So, feedback for growth. So, when you share your work, you give yourself room or you create an opening for you to receive constructive feedback. So constructive feedback could be from your peers, from your mentors, maybe professionals able to give you like obviously constructive feedback. But maybe people that are not professionals that say, oh, this looks good, or this doesn't look good, or I saw this somewhere, or it would be nice if you did this or did that. And then you can just gather all this feedback and just improve on yourself and become a better person. So it's a way to see how your work resonates with others, as well as gain insights to refine your craft. Another benefit of putting yourself out there is it increases confidence and communication skills. So, when you put yourself out there over time, I mean, definitely there will be instances where you have to talk about your work. So you have to work on your communication and then also your confidence, because now you're like, I can do this or I did this. And when you get good feedback, you're like, okay, let me do it again so I can get good feedback. And it just keeps you going. And before you know it, you're like on a drive, like you're just moving, like nobody can stop you. So as you get better and as you post more, you over time you actually build your confidence, your ability. So when they ask you, who are you? I am a product designer. Like you're not shy, you know who you are. So, and then also it also pushes you to share more, to speak more about your craft, and then also better communicate your design process. So they say repetition breeds perfection. So the more you do it, the more you do something, the better you get, and then the better you get, the more better the results of whatever you do. So that's that. So let's move on to how exactly should we put ourselves out there effectively. So before I go, and I hope we're all together, I hope we're not confused, I hope I'm not too fast. Are we together? If we're together, just type yes in the chat, in the comment section, and then I'll continue. Okay, awesome. Okay, so how do we put ourselves out there effectively? One, build an online portfolio. So platforms like Behance, Dribble, or personal website works as a place to showcase your best projects and skills. So when you're building an online portfolio, this is, as the word says, it's online. So whatever you're doing is on the internet. Like there's really no two sides about it. And we'll get to types of portfolio as we move on. So when you have an online portfolio, you have something like, okay, someone searches UX designer. If you like follow all the rules of SEO or marketing, that's search engine optimization, and you really like put work out there, probably have LinkedIn posts, you have been able to create a brand around your name, you most likely pop up. And when you pop up, I mean, the right audience, like your work reaches the right audience and they get to see what you do and how you do your things. So, how do you put yourself out there? By building an online portfolio. And this could be platforms on Behance. Behance is a platform where you can post your work, same as Dribble. Although they have like different rules. For Behance now, you can post like multiple works at once. For Dribble, it's only optional, like it's not multiple, and unless maybe it's the paid version. And then your personal website, that one you have, there's no limits, you can post as much as you want. And then also other platforms like maybe Pinterest and so much more. So how do you put yourself out there? Have an online portfolio. How else can you put yourself out there? Engage on social media. You need to be able to engage on social media. So this is where people post, and then you probably put a comment there. You talk about, oh, this is what I learned about this post, or you kind of like what word did I use now? You ask questions. How did you do this? I like what I'm looking at. How did you do it? So that's when you engage on social media. Or you post your work and you're like, oh, I'd love to receive feedback. What do you guys think? Does he get the job done? Does he not get the job done? There's that as well. And then there's also what do you call it? Asking questions. Maybe you found a new concept and you're like, oh, this is something I found about, what do you guys think, this works, this doesn't work. And then when you have engagement on whatever you post or whatever you comment on, you reach new audiences and you connect with industry professionals. So let's say maybe a professional posts something and you're able to give insights on it, you'll probably catch his or her attention and you really don't know where that leads from there. Same with if you post your own work and you get feedback or you get insights or you get maybe engagement, you really don't know. It's like something like LinkedIn. When you like or comment on a post, their own audience see what they liked and commented on. So that's kind of like the advantages of putting things out there. So how do you put yourself out there? Engage on social media. It's not easy. Like I said, for introverts, this might come as a new thing, might not be easy, but it's something you can learn, and over time it will definitely pay off. So engage on social media. So next is contribute to communities. So this is where you join design forums, you contribute to open source projects, you engage in design communities on Slack, Discord, or other platforms. And these are great places for feedback, for networking, and for even larger conversations. So probably you don't know, probably that's where you meet your mentor. And then also these are pedestals, like maybe this is a platform where you get to speak or you get to maybe get professional feedback or constructive feedback. And then also this could also contribute to your portfolio. So if you work on an open source project, what's open source project? These are projects that is not private. So definitely when you work with companies or you work with individuals, there are some projects that like before we launch, even after we launch, don't say you worked on this project with us. If you're going to say it, probably it's in a closed environment, like passworded, and you can account for whoever you told to. And sometimes you don't even have that opening because there's like this non-disclosure agreements and things like that. But when it comes to open source projects, it's like, okay, this is open for everybody. Anybody can contribute to it, anybody can look at it, anybody can add their work, anyone can do their own variation. We're not going to sue you for copying us. We're not going to say who told you to join. So open source projects are like for the public, and it's something that anyone can pick up and try out. Like there's no rule around it, there's no patent holding you back. So those type of projects can always work on it, can always contribute to it, and you really never know where it's take. Like that might be the project that might land you your next job, or that might be the project that will just shine that, oh, you're the designer behind everything. So that's where. And then also attending design forums. There are tech events, there are so many tech events. You can just check all these events, bright ticks, like just go, just check like, okay, which event is coming up this weekend? I'm free this weekend, where can I go? Or you can probably on LinkedIn look at popular companies like hackathons. Like now there's this company payers that they're having their hackathon next month. So if you want to contribute to a fintech project, you can apply and you win. Like these are opportunities to win prizes, these are opportunities to network with people. Like the moonshot tech about that happened, I think some weeks back, or last week or last 2 weeks. That time too was another opportunity to network and meet with different professionals as well as even companies. And you really never know who you meet. You might just meet the CEO there and there, and you have one conversation before you know, like, show me your work, show your portfolio. That's the end, though. Like, that's really it. So go for design forums, meet people. And meeting people too, you might need help on your own personal project. So you might need someone to collaborate with you. But if you don't go out and meet people, how you find these people that can help you? So go for design forums, tech events, contribute to projects, or maybe try to replicate projects that are public. Then engage in design communities. Join. There are so many design communities on LinkedIn. There are design communities on Slack, on Discord. Probably from LinkedIn before you enter Slack. Or if you have like a pro designer, you can just ask them that, do you have any Slack community I can join? And they'll recommend you. And before you know it, you find yourself in like a group of so many. And online too, they used to post it like I think Future, this guy Chris Doe, Future Futur, they have their design community. And although there's definitely now we have communities that are paid for, you have communities that are free. I think they have a free Instagram community, but they have a paid like their own community and all. So different community, just check, go online. Which community can I join? Which user community can I join? I can literally just type it on Google and options will come out. And then yeah, you can even join Figma community. There's Figma Nigeria. You can literally join Figma Nigeria community, Figma Lagos, Friends of Figma. You can join that community and you really never know. You meet people, collaborate, things like that. And then also if you have opportunities to speak at events, like if you see, oh, come and speak, just shoot your shots. Like don't hold yourself back, and you really never know where to get to. Then that's even what this is now. So the next one is speak at events, write content. So writing content, I know Jide mentioned about reading Medium posts. So the Medium posts he read were what other people posted. So when you post your journey, post about what you learned, maybe you learned about spacing, you can just write about it that, okay, this is what I learned, or this is what I discovered, or this is something we can be trying. There's that as well. And then also speaking at events, just share your knowledge. Even if you don't have the knowledge yet, you can research. Maybe even get the deal. Then research and then speak about it, ask people, gather knowledge. And that's why the whole journey is consistent learning. You can't just know you can't even know everything. So you have to continue learning. And then as you learn, you speak. And if probably the opportunity comes in and you don't know, please learn and then you speak. So speaking at events, people recognize, like the way you see all our facilitators now, all of you know us. So that's a way to put yourself out there. Write content, posts, things like that. And then it also helps you to establish yourself as an authority. So when people see your post, even if you're like a junior product designer, when they start seeing, oh, she spoke at this, she spoke at this, she spoke at this, they'll be like, "Ah, for her to be speaking and they're still calling her to speak, she probably has a level of experience." And then again, you really never know where that can go. So, and then it also depends your impact in the design community. So you become renowned that, oh, maybe let me use Sarah. Sarah is a this thing. She helped women learn about tech. She helped children learn about tech. Be like Sarah. That's where you used to start from. So there's that as well. So let's go into portfolio development. So do we have any questions before I go into portfolio development? Okay, where can you get an open source project? So there are different sides to this. I won't say there's okay, there are probably places literally like search online, but then there's also cases when someone posts about it, like, oh, I'm working on, let's say someone say, oh, I'm working on a VR of this on this and this. This is the solution I want to implement. Like, I'm not done, no, but I've started. Someone can post that, and you can go into the DM that, oh, I saw this project you're working on. Can I work on it with you? Or is it okay if, like, I just watch you work, or I contribute ideas, or I share my knowledge? Like, can I be on this team with you? And there are some that are like, oh, we're looking for people that can join us on this project. You'll be the first person to raise up your hand. And then there are cases where I know open source, that's more like code related. So that's where we go to ChatGPT, but I don't want to like complicate matters for all of us. But let's just say mostly posts, to be honest, mostly posts, and probably platforms that you know that, okay, this, like, maybe let's say something like ChatGPT. If you do another ChatGPT, it won't be a problem, because ChatGPT, I think ChatGPT is open source. I think, I'm not sure, but I know there are like some platforms that if you do another one, it's really not a problem in itself. Like, you can't take over. Like, if you say I want to do another search engine, Google cannot sue you for doing another search engine, because you're allowed to make search engine. That's why we have Yahoo, that's why we have Bing. Like, search engine is not owned by anybody, it's just something done. So if you wake up tomorrow and say I want to do the next Google, go ahead, nobody is holding you. So it's like you're free to do it. The only problem is if you now copy Google word for word, letter for letter, color for color. That's where there's problem. But if you by yourself decide to do something different, even if it's the same thing, or you're like, oh, let me try and improve what Google is doing, there's really nothing bad about that, or there's really nothing wrong about that. So I think that's an approach you can take. All right. So let's go on. So for portfolio development, let's start with what exactly is a portfolio. We're 30 minutes in. Okay, so let's continue. So what is a portfolio? A portfolio is a designer's primary tool for showcasing their skills, creativity, unique approach to problem solving. It is not only a catalog of work, but a curated professional representation of their brand. So a portfolio is a designer's primary tool for showcasing their skills, creativity, and unique approach to problem solving. This is literally a way you show your work. I think that's the most basic way to say it. It is wherever it is, but it's where you're able to show that, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I have done. So that's literally what a portfolio is. So it's now you that will say, oh, I want to do this through a website, I want to do this through a social media platform, I want to do this through whatever or wherever. Okay, so and then now it's not just a catalog of work, but it's also a professional representation of your brand. So like I said, when you're like putting yourself out there, it's good to kind of brand yourself. Definitely this happens over time, it's not something that happens in a day. Branding yourself is not something that happens in a day, something that happens over time. Over time you're able to like, okay, I started as this, I went to this, so that when they're saying your biography, there's like consistency. And before I became this, And then while I am this is what I do, this is what I focus on. Even though before I knew what I focused on like 10 different things before I got to this point. So, and then when you're able to get to that point, you also go on again and okay, so this is what I did for this brand, this is what I did for this brand. This is the color I like when it comes to me. So because for some people they are, maybe are free spirited, they have a free spirit personality. So for them, they're outgoing. So you see different bright colors, like everything is just sha sha sha. And I mean they do it so well, and you're like, okay, so now if maybe I'm doing graphics for an event that has that jumping around, I know they're the perfect person for the job. But maybe someone like I'm doing a banking application is overkill. And then there's another person that is maybe calm, minimalist, straight to the point, simple, modern. So if I come and I want to do something jumping around, maybe like a concert, a website for a concert, or a website for maybe a lunch or something, or for children, I'll see it. I'm like, "Ah, this one cannot match up." So it also helps with reaching the right audience and the people you like to work with and people that are related to your core strength. So that's kind of like where branding comes in for you as an individual. And it's very important to maintain a consistent brand. Once you have found your niche, try to maintain a consistent brand along the way, the colors you use, so that even like I said, you know those skits that we have not seen them, or like maybe Sabino's now, if we see that blue shirt and we see the tie, even if the head is not sure, we know this is Sabino's. Maybe like is it If you see that Ankara, you know it is her without even seeing her face. So this is kind of a brand, literally. And you can create a brand around you, around your work and things like that. So yeah, that's literally the definition of a portfolio. So let's go on. So what are types of portfolio? We have different types of portfolio. I think I'll be choosing only four types, which are kind of like the four categories of a portfolio. So first we have digital platforms. So what are digital platforms? These are platforms where it's easy to where it's online, and it's also easy to share and have a built-in audience. So digital platforms is your Behance, your Dribble, your Pinterest. Digital platform is also like your social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, if your audience is there, your Twitter. Because I mean Twitter, people get jobs on Twitter and people get visibility on, and it's even because once they just start reposting, before you know you're trending. So put your works out on Twitter, put your works out on WhatsApp, and then again, when it comes to branding, know what works for you. Someone like me now, I'm more on LinkedIn than I'm on any other platform, and then I have my own personal portfolio. For others, it might work for them to be out there on Instagram or out there on Twitter. For some, it works for them to just be out there on Facebook. Like Facebook is just perfect for them. They know how to use it. They have a lot of followership of the right audience. And I mean, whatever gets the job done for you, whatever works for you. For some people, Dribble is okay. For some, because people literally get jobs through Dribble. For some people, it's Behance. And some people they'll mix, okay, let me do Behance and LinkedIn. Let me do Dribble and Behance. Let me do Dribble and Pinterest. So you find what works for you. You don't have to be on everything. And if you can manage to be on everything, I mean, kudos to you. That's awesome too. But over time, find what works for you and what you find easy to use. So for some people, maybe they post case studies a lot. I know, I mean, by now we all know what case studies are. They post case studies a lot. So probably Dribble is not enough for their case study they want to post. Probably they'll prefer Medium, or they'll prefer Behance. Medium, I think we know what Medium is like, a platform where you get to read things, mostly text based than picture based, but then you can add pictures as well. Behance is mostly picture based and text based, but you can add text as well. So things like that. So if they're on his case studies, Medium is probably a better platform for them. But that doesn't mean they can't put their case study presentation on Behance as well. Or they can't use premium Dribble and post on Dribble as well. Or they cannot break it into screens and probably post on Pinterest and Dribble. So whatever works for you at the end of the day. Then next is your personal website. Personal website is amazing because the problem is if you have a physical portfolio, someone in another country cannot see your portfolio because it's physical. If you have a PDF and your PDF is not like maybe in a Google Drive, or yeah, a Google Drive, and a Google Drive that is still probably on a social media platform so they can find it, They'll probably never see it. And then for last minute, maybe you just see someone on the road and it's like, oh yeah, show me your work. You can just say, oh yeah, on your phone, check this website. You don't have to start looking for the file on your phone. Like they themselves can even check it on their phone in their free time. Or you can just send a link and you're done. So I think that's why personal websites is like super awesome. Now that doesn't mean you can't send a link on Behance or send a link on Dribble, but personal website just creates like your own niche, and then your creativity can run wild. Like you can, like there's no restriction because it's your site. You can be very dynamic and very flexible. You can be very unique. Like even create your own, maybe you want your own animation. Maybe you might not be able to achieve that type of animation on Behance, so they might have to click before they see the animation. But on your own website, like you're not limited in any way. You can have your own animation. You can talk about your other interests. You can just arrange everything looking all fine and good. And I mean, that's like the perfect thing, to be honest. So I would advise having your personal website, but all the same, having a personal website also means, one, apart from you might even design your website on Figma, someone has to develop it, or you might have to use all this platform like Wix, or which other platform do we even have, like WordPress, all those things. And if you're not serving that, that might be a problem. And apart from even all of that, you need to pay for your hosting. You need to pay for your domain. You need to pay for your hosting. Unless, even if you get a really, really good deal, like it's negligible, you still need to pay for it. I need to like pay for it probably every year or every month, depending. So that's a cost. So maybe website is more worth it when you're like a professional. As you get better, as your work actually speaks for you, then you can invest in getting a personal website for yourself. But when you're just starting out, that might be an overkill. You can still share your work on LinkedIn or share your work on this thing, because nobody might even be interested in checking your site out if you have not yet gone to that point. But now, I'm not saying don't. If you can afford it, and if you're, I mean, as you get better, as you work on more projects, by all means, have your website. But then, for a beginner, I won't say it's top priority, to be honest. Then next is your PDF portfolios. I've treated this a bit. So PDF portfolios are literally PDF portfolios, documents. So they can be for job applications. So now if they say send your CV and portfolio, they might not have the patience to start going through, like if you send a link, that is awesome, but they might not have the patience to start loading website or whatever. They just rather click on a document and then slide down to see your work on like a at a glance. And then there's also what we call interactive portfolios. Sorry, interactive PDFs. So interactive PDFs, they can literally click, they can literally type, they can interact with it and something will pop up, or a video can play inside the PDF. Now, the side to this is those features might make your PDF heavy, meaning it's a large file, and they might not even be able to open it in time. And everybody has like 1-2 minutes to like go through all these things. So that's why PDF portfolios might not be good. But at the same time, there are some job applications that will literally ask you to upload your PDF version. So now if your website, if your portfolio is a website, you really cannot upload a PDF unless you have both, or somehow you're able to print your website or whatever. And if you have so many interactions or animations, you're at a loss. So I know there are platforms that will say, okay, attach link or upload document. But if you decide to go the route of PDF, which I think is the cheapest, and you can also be flexible with your PDF, but it's limiting, it's not as flexible as having your own website. There's that. So PDF web portfolios are not so bad, and they're great. You can also share it. You can, if it's a large file, there are all these PDF online shrinking and compressors. So when you compress it, it's not a large file anymore, and it's easy for you to share with friends or share with potential employers, or maybe just put on your WhatsApp that, oh, download. Okay, you can't put on your WhatsApp and download. You actually have to put it on a link. So another side to using a PDF portfolio online, a trick I used when I was starting out, I actually uploaded it to my Google Drive. So you can be sharing your Google Drive link. So you don't have a website, but you can share your PDF portfolio Google Drive link, and then they can click on the link and view your PDF. And you can also share the PDF document or show on your phone, depending on wherever scenario you find yourself. So that's a tip if you want to go with the PDF route. I can see a question from Damilola. Is it okay not to focus on any niche? Yeah, before you find your niche, you have to like gain a level of experience, you this is the time you explore, try different things out, know what excites you, know what you find easy to do, or what you want to grow or build in, and then that's what will now end up defining your niche. You really, I mean, I don't think there's anyone there. Okay, if there is, there are very few people that knew what they wanted from day one, but it's not like not everybody knows that, and that's fine because you're just starting out. So try, look around, start out. Do I find it enjoyable doing fintech applications? Do I find it enjoyable doing fashion applications? And once you find your niche like this, like everybody just be looking for it. Like fashion brands be like, oh, you did maybe which brand is there now? You did maybe Nike website. Oh yeah, I do my own. Adidas will call you that. Oh, you did shoe Nike website. Oh, sorry, I shoe designer. Come and do shoes for me. Another shoe brand will look for you. Yeah, come and do website for me. So that's kind of how it starts. So and then it can be multidisciplinary. It's not by force to be in one. You can just maybe now instead of choosing a particular market, can be like, oh, my own type of designs are maybe complicated, like colorful. Like I know how to manage my colors. Like even if I'm using 10 colors, those 10 colors will balance out. That's my skill. Perfect. And for some people, they're like, I only use one color, oh, but that one color I'm using, you will see the beauty and it's perfect. And that's their skill. So if it's shoe, oh, if it's fashion, just know as they're coming to me, it's only one color you get. Now, definitely, don't obviously say it's only one color I can do, but when you go through their work, you just see that consistency and you're like, oh, so this is the type of designs this person does, and that's kind of their niche at the end of the day. So I hope that answers your question, Damilola. Okay, so let's move on. So the last type of portfolio is what we call physical portfolios. So physical portfolios are useful for in-person presentations unless, and it's kind of not common today because we've moved into like a digital age. So before today, like before when we're still children, or I don't know people that are on this call, but years ago, before everybody everything went digital, when you go for job interviews, you probably have already printed your portfolio and you have put it like, the way you shared your presentation for us as a PDF. That presentation as a PDF is what you print. So they'll literally be flipping pages to see, okay, this is the case study, this is the user journey, this is the user personas. So they'll be flipping to see all the pages of your slides. So you have like a physical portfolio, and then it was great for jobs, it was great for clients meetings, it was great for or maybe if you want to just ask for like put yourself out there, maybe you can mail your portfolio to a company, things like that. That was before we got digital. So right now there's really like that's just waste of paper unless it's like, I don't know, the presentation calls for it or so. But this was something that was done then. It's not common today. If you want to, sure. But now a way you can take advantage of this, if this ever comes up, which I wouldn't say it will, you can easily have your PDF portfolio and you just print your PDF portfolio. They say, give us a hard copy. I mean, that just makes life so much easier. And if I'm not wrong, I think this is my last two jobs. When we're having the interview, I actually saw it. Like I sent the digital copy all well and good, but I saw a physical copy in the HR's hand. So meaning he printed it by himself. So that's, I mean, that worked perfectly. So yeah. So now we'll be looking at case study samples. We'll soon be going on break and we'll be treating a lot of things. After case study samples, we'll be looking at existing portfolios and then we'll be announcing our winners. So before we get there, our case study samples is like where we look at how can you package yourself as a freelancer, as a beginner, as a designer. Freelancer is someone that I'm not employed in a company, but I have my own brand and I work as an individual and I can get the job done. How do you package yourself? UX designer or UX designer or product designer is like, oh, I probably work with a company, or even if I don't work with a company, like it could still seep into freelance, but you could still say, okay, these are projects or jobs I've done, and this is what I can show you. And then beginner is I'm just starting out, which is like so many of us, and this is what I can show you. I have the ability to get the job done, even if I might not have as much experience. as you think I have or as needed and stuff like that. So before I dive right in, because this is like a whole different phase, do we have any questions? Do we have any do we have any questions so far? Are we together? Do you understand everything I've been saying? Let me hear it from you guys. Are we together? Do we understand everything I've been saying? Do we have any questions? Okay, so I've seen it's clear, well understood. Okay, how do you create PDF portfolio? So you can literally use Google Slides and export as a portfolio. You can use Google Docs, but I would not recommend using Google Docs because it's restricted. You can use Google Docs, but me, I will not suggest you use Google Docs for your PDF portfolio. But Google Slides can get the job done, just like how for our presentations, especially the UX section of our presentations, we're able to export the PDF of our slides. So it's just now your different slides will now have like categories, like a table of contents, just like a book. It could even be a two-page portfolio and be like, okay, maybe table of contents, then this is who I am, my name, blah blah blah. Then these are projects I've worked on. Number one, new life e-commerce site. Then you now show pictures of your new life e-commerce site. Maybe you list all of them at once so they know what to look for. And then probably on all the pages you have like your contact information. So they don't, because you're also applying UI UX to your PDF. I hope you are getting that. So we're applying UI UX to your PDF. So you're also noting like you don't want them to scroll to the end before they see your contact information. So probably on all pages, your contact information is there, maybe like as a footer or at the top. So there's that, and then you introduce yourself. After you can say, okay, this is a project I'm going to be talking about in this document, and then you pick one. So you start, oh, new life e-commerce. Then you will show, okay, this is the problem statement, this is the solution we're looking at, this is the this and that, and then you just list everything. These are the wireframe images. Then you say number two, new life bank. This is the problem statement. So like that. So everything is just down. And if it's two-page, maybe on the left you can have the name of the company, description. This is what the app is supposed to do, and on the right you have like the wireframe images on the left. So things like that basically. Or you could say, okay, link to actual case study, but that link to could be tricky, especially if they are like viewing it offline. So remember the issue we had in the last class, that view to was a problem. If everything is embedded, it's better than putting links to view to, especially if it's in like a PDF, because they might not be using a platform that allows them to check online. Yeah. So I think that's how you can go about your PDF. So other platforms can use Illustrator. If you are good with Adobe Illustrator, you can use that. If you are good with Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop is great, although the export can be a bit tricky. But yes, I think you can get your PDF version from Photoshop as well. And then any platform that works for you, basically, it's just what you want to produce. So I won't say it depends on how you produce it. It's just what you want to produce. So whatever gets the job done, gets the job done. All right. Then I think I'm seeing another question. Can a product designer find a job on Indeed or freelance? I don't know what freelance. Okay, or freelance, like literally. Okay, can a product designer find a job on Indeed or freelance? You can freelance and you can find a job on LinkedIn. But the issue with all these LinkedIn and job platforms, I know they're most likely pass it through a system that kind of vet out your work. So your CV has to be strong. There are platforms to literally check, okay, how good is my CV in regards to this job role, and to say, okay, upload the job description and stuff like that. There are literally platforms for that, and it increases your chances for being picked before like they now get like the final set, and then they pick who they want to interview and stuff. So we have people that have literally gotten jobs through LinkedIn, sorry, through Indeed rather. And we have people that have gotten jobs through, even through LinkedIn itself, or even through is it Glassdoor and all these different companies, or Jobberman. And then also you can freelance if you want. If you see, okay, for me, I don't work with any company, get the job done. You have evidence, which is your portfolio to you getting the job done. Then why not reach out to people, reach out to clients, talk about what you do, post your work, so they approach you and you do a great job and they'll refer you. We talked about referrals in our last two class too. Referrals go a long way. There are people that don't apply for jobs, just referrals, and referrals are strong. Maybe that's why I'm even emphasizing talk about what you do, show people what you do, because you don't know who will refer you. And referrals are strong because not every company has the time to start. Some companies don't even post job availability. They will just ask maybe the person, go and bring somebody, or who do you recommend? And who will come to mind if you're not on their mind? Do you get? So talk about what you do and you get your projects. You want to freelance, all well and good. It's not easy, even getting it. Like, I'm just saying these things, but it's not easy, and not everybody has a positive experience, but they work. Okay, so it's just about keep going and not giving up. And yes, you can find a job on all these platforms. You might be referred, or you can freelance. Or you yourself can message maybe senior designers on LinkedIn, follow hiring managers, follow tech hiring managers. So day to day, they'll see the work you're posting. Follow senior designers, so that when they say who should they recommend, you probably come to mind. Message people, network, build your community, attend events, so that you have these people like on the go. So that when they post on WhatsApp, we're looking for, you can just enter their DM and continue from there. Then another person is, can you take product designer as a full-time career? Yes, people have this as a full-time career, literally. um I think in our generation this is something new. Like, we have a lot of tech jobs, so we really don't know the end, because we have some jobs or some roles that are less than 20 years or less than 30 years, so we can't say okay to serve them for their entire lifetime. But we do have jobs that pay the bills, and product designers, we have so many that's what they do. Now the case is, okay, maybe they do product designer for their main job and their side job, which is also still product design. Or maybe they are multi-talented and they are like doing product design as their main job and maybe graphic design as their side job. So yes, it can be a full-time career, and it can be a full-time career because we have companies that have levels. So you can start as a entry level, you can start as a junior product designer, rise up to maybe associate product designer, or a normal product designer, and then rise up to senior product designer. So that's promotion. So that's your career literally. And definitely salary of junior product designer is different from senior product designer, is different from team lead. Team lead is like the leader, like lead product designer is different, like the leader of all the types of product designer. So it can actually literally be a full-time career and get the job done. um Bridget talked about assignment. For all assignments, lay it off to the coordinators and they will attend to your issue. Just send a message and they'll attend to it right away. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, we'll soon be going on break. If you have any questions, just drop it in. Okay. And please don't be scared. I know there's pressure. There's you go out there and you see works and you're like, "Ah, can I compare? That's like, we've been saying it. If you go and dig, you see their work, you'll be like, are these the same people? So just put it out there as it is. You really don't know where it leads to. And be honest, be very honest. Don't go and copy somebody's work and post, because when it gets to the, even if you get the job, it's not okay, can you keep the job? Because you do have to get the job done and stuff like that. You don't understand URL website. I don't think there's anything like URL website. There's only a website and having a link. So having a website, you literally just copy your website domain, which is www.babybridget.com. That's your website domain, and that's what you share for people to view your website. If you want to probably make your PDF an online, it's something that can be accessed online, they can probably upload it to your drive and then share the link, because the way we've been sharing documents, can literally share an uploaded document and that's a link. So that works. When will we be having an exam? Yeah, The questions have been sent out, so you get that most likely on your canvas, and you answer the questions perfectly. There is no age requirement for being a product designer, and salary varies from company and skill. And yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any job you can't have side hustle. So far, you can manage it well. I mean, kudos to you. There's no two sides to it, to be honest. I hope that answers your question, my dear Joker. Yeah, you can have it as a side hustle. Maybe you're a doctor. If you can balance it, then product design could be your side hustle. But as you grow, it's most likely become your main hustle. So if you have job right now, I'm not telling you to go and resign. Grow, build, and then as time goes on, you probably can now like properly resign or get a good job, and then you just go right in. All right. So we'll be going on a break in 2 minutes, but let me just get started on this. So as Ella stated, this case studies is just kind of giving you a context. Okay, how can I enter as a early like as a beginner? I don't have any professional experience. Then how can I enter as someone with experience? And then how can I enter with no sorry, with if I want to freelance, like I'm not I'm doing this as me, like I'm my own company. I'm a sole proprietor when it comes to product design. Nobody's paying me salary unless a job comes in. So those are the three case studies we'll be looking at. And once again, there's no age requirements. I don't think there's any job that there's okay. Probably there are jobs that are age requirements, maybe for policies and stuff. But to be honest, we should never think of ourselves, or we should never look for reasons to limit ourselves. If you can get the job done, you can get the job done. If a 2-year-old can do a successful UI design, please give that 2-year-old the job. If a 5-year-old, if a 50-year-old can get the job, give that 50-year-old the job. There's no age requirement. So far, you can get the job done, you can get the job done. It's now, okay, where does your skill level place you? Does it place you as a senior, as a junior, as an intermediate, as a associate? Like, that's really just it. Don't There's no age limits, there's no requirement, there's no form you have to fill. Can you get the job done? I can get the job done. You're employed. That's it basically. So yeah. So yeah, I think with that being said, let's go on a break. I'll see you guys in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Have you ever wondered how digital skills can change lives? Do you know that over 60% Africans lack basic digital skills and over 4 billion people in the world lacks access to internet? And these are Have you ever wondered how digital skills can change lives? Do you know that over 60% Africans lack basic digital skills and over 4 billion people in the world lacks access to internet? And this has been a major obstacle in economic growth, social inclusion, and education. Have you ever wondered how digital skills can change lives? Do you know Have you ever wondered how digital skills can change lives? Do you know that over 60% Africans lack basic digital? Have you ever wondered how digital skills can change lives? Have you ever wondered how digital skills can change lives? Do you know that over 60% Africans lack basic digital skills and over 4 billion people in the world lacks access to internet? And this has been a major obstacle in economic growth, social inclusion, and education. And this has held a lot of people back from reaching their full potential. This is where digital literacy advocacy comes in. We are on a mission to empower individuals in digital skills and positioning them well in this fourth industrial revolution. This is me inviting you to join our team.
Hi everybody. Can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay. So how was the portfolio development class? What was like your learnings from that? And yeah, finally today we're ending the class and starting our mentorship program very soon. So how's the class today? Let me hear you guys. Yeah, I'll be reading your comments. Yes. Online building, yes. Yes, I'm in the building. Oh. How was the class? Hi, Rose. Hi, Aureloa. How was the class today? Who's excited that finally? Okay, I'm looking forward to read from you guys. So I wanted to know, like, what did you learn from today's class? Like, what's like your key takeaway or your take home for today's class? Okay, can you imagine, you guys?
Hi.
Attention to details. Can you imagine? You get me? Nobody actually saw that I didn't
Yeah.
a different hair today on the chat. As in, I was like, attention to details.
I'm saying start from the bottom.
Anyways, thank you.
I'm even saying start from bottom now right here.
What did you say?
Like someone also posted like start from the bottom now I hear or Olua.
Yeah, yes. Like, I remember the first class we had, like, people were not unsure, like, is this what they wanted to do or not? And this is where we are. Like, wow, God is good.
It's been like, Esther.
Ah,
Hey.
surprise, surprise.
Hi there.
Hi, good evening, all. Good evening, everyone.
I will not.
Nice to see you. Okay, so let me just quickly round up the class and then we can have a
Okay.
conversation
All right,
and
no
just
problem.
soak in the moment that is our last class.
Okay, we'll be on
I
standby.
think we are
God
getting
willing.
an echo.
What you
What did
say?
you say, Esther?
We are getting an echo.
I guess it's from my end.
Alright, so let me just quickly round off and then we'll get back together. Okay. Okay, so I want to talk about three stances of how we could go about our portfolio, and then we'll just go through existing portfolios and then go through tips, and then we'll have a conversation, and then we'll announce our winners. And I mean, it's been an awesome time. So let's say you're an early career designer, yeah. So your portfolio, you could talk about your self-initiated project. So create mock projects to demonstrate your skills in relevant areas. This is where you work on, like, these are not projects that has actual stakeholders or actual sponsors. Like, this is just something you do in your room, like maybe um replicating WhatsApp or replicating Instagram, or maybe adding a solution to Instagram and be like, oh, this is my own Instagram, or and then you just post it out there and people get to see your work. So that could be the content for your portfolio. And then this is good because it gets to show a range of skills in terms of your branding, your UI design, your communication, and then Also, even if it's not like an actual project, you can still describe a problem approach, just as how we did for our own presentation, like for new life or for litter applications, e-commerce, banking. We talk about the problem, talk about the approach, talk about the solution. So you can just pick anything, like maybe a problem you see, just work on it, and that'll be the content. It doesn't have to be, oh, I did design for Google. That's what I will now put inside my portfolio. And I think that's something I struggled with when I was starting with. I was like, oh, I need to work on a project. It didn't occur to me. I could literally just work on it, like a, I think they call it mock or dummy project, like a mock project, and use it. And all the employer wants to see is just you can get it done, that type of thing. So to show, show well documented process, and is as valuable as a polished final project product. Even for personal projects, emphasize the thought process and challenges overcome. So emphasize whatever challenge you might face when you are designing it, and also emphasize the thought process behind whatever solution you put in and things like that. So let's look at if you are like a proper designer. So if you want to show your work, your portfolio strategy could be walking viewers through your user research. So now you're like you're coming as a boss. So definitely show your user research, your wireframes, your prototypes, your testing, and then the final design. So this is where it's like a bit more detailed, and definitely this would probably be like actual project. Actual projects you have license to share. Let me add that. And if you don't have license to share, probably is in a controlled environment, like passworded, or you have permission and things like that. So it's not for the public, it's just between you and whoever you're talking to. And some you might just have to make do with your mock projects, because there's some that like you cannot share, especially if it's a platform that hasn't been launched. So if it's a platform you cannot share but has been launched, then you can share the launched one, because the launched one is public, and say you worked on it. But then, and then also, maybe if something you can't make public, you can make it available private, maybe like putting a passworded portfolio. And then they have to, I have an example of a passworded portfolio. So you need a password before you can access the information, and that will probably only be shared with the employer. So depending on the rules around whatever project you take on, so that you don't have any legal issues and things like that. Then also highlight your collaboration. Since it is a project you did work on, talk about how you worked on it with your developer, how you worked on it with your stakeholders, how you worked on it with everyone involved, basically. And then, so just the point is emphasize the process, usability, problem solving, and even small UI changes. It was like, oh, I redesigned an existing platform, emphasize that, and then documents to show the impact, basically. Then the last one is as a freelancer. So now a freelancer is I do everything, or maybe I still also have my brand, I have my core strength, but I'm alone. I work on my own. You come to me as an individual. There's no company behind me. I am the company. You know those stuff that they wear different glasses. I'm the manager. I'm the finance. I'm the designer. I'm everything. I'm everybody. So as a freelancer, and definitely with time, you could grow your freelance job to probably an agency. Maybe get people that work on projects with you and things like that. But as a freelancer, you want to show what you have worked on. Show your versatility, like okay, I can do brand, I can do social media, I can do web design, or I could maybe just maybe when it comes to, if it's only UI I'm doing, I can do UI in tech, I can do UI in fashion, I can do UI in skincare, because there are actually different designs for these different industries. If you're very careful, like if you're observant, you see that they are similar, but they are very, very different. So the type of approach for each of them are different. But then if you can do all, please just lay it up there, I can do all. And then your diverse project will probably put you at an advantage, because you're a freelancer, you're not a company, unless you're registered and all. And then yeah, you could have your first show how diverse you are, then brand consistency, because now you are the brand, so you need to be able to get a name for yourself. And then also client focus language. So tell your clients how exactly you can meet their needs and the value they stand to get from it. So this is where you talk about pricing, you talk about all the statistics that okay, this is the first site we bring for you, I could bring for you, things like that. And this is where you balance variety with consistency. So you show that while you can adapt to different styles, you'll still be able to bring them out. Like, I'm not coming here to scatter your brand, I'm coming here to just push you out there even more. So there's that. So probably you can take up a branding project, and then branding can be, if you maybe do graphic design and everything, and then down to product design, and even product design branding, because we have design systems and things like that. So that's that. So how do you set up your portfolio? Simple. In every portfolio, introduce yourself. Please just say hi. Hi, I'm Shekemi. I'm a product designer. I have 3 years or 4 years or 10 years. So like, introduce yourself and be selling out yourself, but keep it brief and keep it clean, keep it straight to the point, attractive, things like that. And then also, when you finish introducing yourself, I'll show you a range of designs, and then after then we'll get a range of existing portfolios, so you understand what I mean by introduce yourself. See how different people introduce themselves. So then after that, you now have your project selection. So now it's not just about putting 10 or 50 projects. Quality. What projects stood out? What projects did you really do the, like, step by step, you're involved in the process? What projects, that if they see this, there's no, they'll be like, this is who we're looking for. So quality over quantity. The quality is very important and it's collabable. So maybe you can pick like two, three, four, like four projects, three. In fact, three is fine. Three is very okay. And to be honest, even though it's one, if it's one that you can break down very well, perfect. And then maybe have like two others that maybe are just showing the wireframes, but maybe have like one case study that, okay, this is the real deal. Like, you can see the user journey, you can see the user flow diagram. Like, I really broke down this process. So you can have that. So after you introduce yourself, know the projects you want to talk about or you want to show, which are like your strong pieces. It's not just every project I've worked on, because some projects maybe can sell you more than other projects. So try to pick the ones that have quality over just putting, oh, I've worked on 10 projects. You can pick just your best three or your best two. So that's that. Um yeah, after that, your case study. So break down your case study. So you can, after you select, okay, these are the projects I actually want to talk about, you now create a case study on them, which is outlining, this is the problem, this is the solution, this is, and I mean, we've done that. So we understand defining the problem, we understand defining the solution. How did I come about this solution, and how am I implementing this solution? That's your user flow, everything. And then how the processes, you need to put on your sketches, your brainstorming, wireframes, everything to support your solution, and then your outcome, the final result. So if it was an actual project, your final result would be, okay, this is how it went when we developed it, this is the link to the real application, things like that. And the matrix, if it's available, that, okay, the client sales shot from 0 to 500, that type of thing. So after you've put like a list of, okay, these are the projects I've worked on, you now pick one project and like dive in, and you can dive in all three. Awesome. Then personal branding after. So in the midst of your homepage, your project selection, your case study layout, personal branding, your bio, we've already mentioned that, your picture, go and do photo shoot or tell someone to snap a good picture of you in your house or anywhere. You don't have to go over the board. And depending on the type of brand you want to sell, if you want to sell professional, sell professional. If you want to sell lifestyle, maybe you just wear your shirt and jeans and pose. Awesome. You want to sell street arts, just do that. So whatever brand you want to be. So it will be in your picture, it will be in your signage, it will be in your when you are listing your social media handles or how they can contact you. So your personal brand, the color you use, the style you use, things like that are very important. So that's when it comes to personal branding. Okay, so I think that's it basically for portfolio. So let me run through that again. Introduce yourself, select the projects you want to build on for your portfolio, have a case study, at least one, even if the others might just be pictures, and then personal branding. Try to brand yourself in the process of everything. And yeah, so now we're down to portfolio reviews. So for this now, I'm going to be sharing my screen, and I'm going to just be guiding us through different portfolios that actually exist, basically. So let me do that now. Okay. So our first person we're looking at is Rabu Rakib UX. I hope I have access to do this. And then we can see from this Behance, by the way. So on Behance, remember we mentioned you can have Behance, Dribble, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. So let's look at the different things we talked about. We can see his name, we can see his picture, we can see that okay, this guy is more casual, but then from his background cover we can see, and these are all brand, you can see that oh, this guy is most likely UI UX inclined and probably a UI designer because I can see more buttons than anything else. And then I go down, I see oh, these are different designs he has done. I see his projects. Remember, after introducing yourself, you have your projects. Definitely, you have your branding, your social media, introducing yourself. Hello, my name is Rabu Rakib. I'm a creative person who design everything, everything. These are my skills. So he has introduced himself. So following the steps, introduce yourself. After introducing yourself, pick the projects you want to work on. And then he has even like outlined that, oh, if you want landing pages, this is how much I charge for it. So this is like a freelancer now. And then services, whatever. So when we say okay, pick the projects, he has picked out okay, these are the projects I want to show the public. And if I click on one now, I get to see a breakdown of the projects that okay, this is the website and this is whatever has to do with the project. I can look at other ones in the site. So that's it basically. On Behance, you can have your work shown to the public. So that's one. Let's look at another person. Now this Dan Machado or Macado. This is a website. I'll still show you another website which is my favorite, but this is a website. He is just products, like he just goes straight to the point. Products and design work of me. Probably his name stands out, so we don't even need to start knowing too much about him. And then we get to see different projects he has. So he has Vibe, he has Tracker, he has okay. So it's about us is still here. For maybe for him, his priority is let my users first see my work before they even get to know me. So he still has his own about him. I'm a father of two, lover of everything, 16-year plus, whatever, and then get in touch. So it's social media is still there, and then you can even see the animation that he added to it. And then if you click on one of them, you can view his case study on his website, view everything. This is what we worked on. These are the screens, these are explanations and whatever that has to do with the site. And also, no one is perfect. You can even still see, go on Dribble. So go on maybe Behance. Go on, if it, case study is here, the case study is not here, go on Dribble to view it. So, and that's where you now probably see his own Dribble portfolio as well. Then you get to see designs on his Dribble and things like that. And then let's look at another person. This is one of my favorite persons. He is a photographer, but he's also a product designer. He's a product designer at Google. And then you get to see, okay, about me, work. And then I also give you an example. And you get to see that when you have your website, it can be more free compared to Behance and the rest. And then when you see something like this now, I know he has a passworded portfolio. So let's go to projects. I have to put password. So if I don't know the password, I can't enter. So that just shows that probably his projects are not public. So if an employer wants to view them, he has to send the password to the employer before they can view it and they see his work and things like that. So that's a way you can protect works that probably say don't show to the public and things like that. Now this is on Dribble. We have Sujan Hossein. And then simple and clear, I craft solutions. So now this is a niche. His own niche is mobile application web design for SaaS. That's his own niche. And when you look at his work, that's mostly what you find. And if it's multidisciplinary, you get to see other things. So you get to see money related applications. And that's literally him. And maybe you can do other things. I mean, that's fine as well. But this is his brand. And then if I click on one, I get to see the design. Remember I said Dribble is mostly just like one picture that you can snap, like you can post part time, unless probably it's paid and then you can post multiple. So you probably just see like singular screens and all. Unless here like this now you allow yourself to post multiple, and his social media is there, explanation about whatever he posts is there. So that's another way to put your work out there. If you go to Pinterest, we look at Alex now. Alex doesn't have a lot, but we can see okay, I create beautiful, convenient, profitable designs for mobile applications or iOS and Android. So he has made it clear from the beginning. I am a mobile designer. If you call me for websites, you're on your own. And you get to see his mobile designs. Beautiful. You get to see projects he has worked on. Okay, I've lost it. So you get to see projects he has worked on. He's loading. Okay. Get the project he has worked on, like this elements one, too. So things like that, basically. And then who else should I bring up now? Okay, so this is another person too, Victory. Um, first you can see the name, can see the picture. His own vibe is and like an avatar. He doesn't need to put his actual picture. That's how he's coming out as a product designer. So I'm a nice person to meet. I'm fun and I'm nice. And then he have his description, get in touch, get to see his project. And if you click on one, you get to see the diving of his project, how long. So other stuff we're telling you can see duration, you can see team, you can see his role, you can see the introduction, the problem statement. So it's not by force to use Google template, just pass across the information and then you get to see different things about it and just sell yourself and all. This is also another website. So you might ask, okay, what of PDF? Yeah, this is a PDF. Okay, no, let me show you. And hey, then I forgot to say you can also use Figma. So I'm going to show you my old work. Please, I don't want judgment. I don't want judgment of any form. These are my old works. So I come in peace. All right. So this was a PDF portfolio I had. So yeah, PDF, it was interactive. So you can literally click on it to like go around. You can click on this. You can even still click on it here to go to the actual site. Like click on LinkedIn, go to LinkedIn, click on Behance, go to the Behance. About me, projects I've worked on, and then a list of the project, and then a dive into the project, things like that. So that was then. And then another one is Figma. So also, if you cannot or you don't want to do a website but you still want to be like unique, you can also use Figma for it. So this was the site I did on Figma. You want to view projects, you can see the list, and then you could dive in and just go on, read and whatever. So that's that. So I think by now we kind of understand the whole vibe when it comes to portfolio and things like that. So yeah, with that being said, I'll just run through tips. I'll give the floor to my guest or to my fellow moderators rather. So let me just run through a few tips that could help us in our portfolio. Okay. Or maybe before we get to the tips, let's even just talk. So over to you, Falashade. What do you think? What do you understand? Maybe before we even talk about portfolio development, I think you have an announcement for us. So over to you.
Okay, hi everybody. So
Hi.
finally, today is the end of our boot camp. But good news, we are going to start our mentorship program on Monday. I hope you're excited about that. So yeah, it's like we're done with classes, right? But we are going to have like a 1 month mentorship, and that 1 month has like a lot in stock. Like all the facilitators, myself, Shikemi, Esther, we have like a lot for you guys during that 1 month mentorship program. However, it's only the serious ones, let me use that word, that would be able to continue the mentorship program. So there's like a technique or like a, what's the word now? There's this evaluation that we'll be doing like every week. So there's going to be, during the mentorship program, there's going to be like a 21 days UI design challenge. Who is excited? I'm excited because I'm looking forward to your designs based on what you guys have done, or yeah, especially doing the reviews and all that. Like you guys are well, like you guys are really doing well, and that's like we're happy about it anyways. I know that some of you want to be perfect and all that, but it starts from somewhere, and that's why we want to have this 21 days challenge. So you keep designing. We have like a prompt for you, then you keep designing every day. But so let me just quickly share my screen now so that we can talk about the instructions and how to go about it. So before I share my screen, I would like to say that so every week we're going to be evaluating you guys. So after week one, we're going to check, okay, who are those people posting, who are those people regular. So if we're going to have like an evaluation score. So maybe for instance, if we say 5 times in a week, and you don't get to post, maybe you posted like 3 times, we can still like give you grace that okay, at least you tried. But that's like not now. I can't like decide that right now on this call. But I'm just saying that for consistency's sake. So also we have some groups already. We have overlay and every other group. We are going to merge some groups together. Then each facilitators will be supervising those groups. So that will be communicated to you by the TAs, right? So this is how the challenge will go. Every day on LinkedIn, like so it's going to be Monday to Friday because we want you to have your Saturday and Sundays to yourself so that you can also like check for inspiration, take the bread and all that. So it's going to be like Monday to Fridays. We give you like different prompts, so you have to design. So it's just a one screen. It's not like a lot of design. It's just a one screen. So let me just share my screen so that we can quickly go through the present. Yes. So this document will be shared to you by the TAs. So let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? She came and Esther. Let me confirm for you guys because I'm not. Hello, can you hear
No,
me?
I can't see us.
Not yet. Okay, it's loading. It's
Okay.
strongest.
Yeah, it's struggling.
Okay. So can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is like a 21 days UI design challenge, right? So this is the instruction. So this is how it works. Daily tasks. Every day from Monday to Friday, you'll be assigned a specific UI task to complete. So all these tasks is for you to just sharpen your design knowledge or to get better at your UI design, basically. So the tool we're going to be using is Figma. Just ignore the no code design because that's like another learning. So it's better you use Figma that you're already familiar with. So our tool for this class or this design challenge, maybe after the design challenge, you can now decide on your own that you want to learn other tools like maybe Framer, Webflow, whatever tool. But right now, we're using Figma in this class. Then after you've done your design, you share your work, right? So we're going to be using LinkedIn and we are going to be having hashtags, 3 hashtags. So on LinkedIn, you put your posts. So for instance, if you are told today, maybe day one, that you should talk about something or probably design a login screen, you're supposed to export or yeah from Figma and then post on. You export as a PNG, that's in higher quality. Then post on LinkedIn, then maybe you want to write something about it, or maybe you had challenges designing or whatever thing you had to go through. So you have to write that. Then the hashtags are very important. So this document, like I said, it will be shared with you because I don't want to like go over and over. I just want to explain like basic things, some things basically. So we have like 4 hashtags, but it's very important you tag Incubator up. Now after um, posting and all that on your group, because like I said, we're going to make some groups together. So on your group, you need to like post your design. There's going to be like a time that you have to post your daily work. So let's say for instance, you are told to design a login screen. You need to like post before max, let's say 10 p.m. On that particular day, 10 p.m. latest by 10 p.m. that day. So yeah, it's very important that you tag Incubator off in your post. Then if you want to, you can.
So eventually we'll have to import content.
Sorry, can everybody hear me? I want to be sure.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So um, um so it's very important you tag Incubator up. Then you can now like mention, maybe like tag us or mention us or something, whatever. Myself, Shikemi and Esther. See, your design might not be perfect, but you are putting out something. Like you're putting yourself out there. the funniest thing is that you might even get people that other designers that not even in incubator or correct or maybe give like a feedback to make your design better, and that feedback will help you to go better and like do better. So we learned during was it she demand that was telling us how she takes feedback. If I want to learn from that, maybe you watch our class before now. I'm so sorry, I'm kind of in a noisy background, so there's no like um so the hashtags are here. Like I said, this link will be shared to you on your group. So we have like different designs, UI tags. We have the one which is very, very important. Now, if you do not like in a week, for instance, like I said, we'll be doing evaluation every week. So week one, if you don't get to do at least 4 designs, let's say max 4 designs, because you're not even supposed to compromise, but let's say at least 4 designs, you're not able to do it, they're going to remove you from the groups. So it just signifies that, or it just states that the people that are posting are the ones that that will do the mentorship this, because it's like a 1 month. So 21 days is part of the 1 month, right? So these are like different designs, and it's Monday to Fridays. So these are different designs that you might want to. If you want to check, you can check Dribble for inspirations. You can check Behance or whatever platform, even on what's this there's one that Shikemi shared with us. You can also check design inspiration. If say on this same document, there's going to be like a part where there'll be design resources, but it's not yet updated, so you might not see it right now. But because we are starting this on Monday, so we have to share it. We are going to share with you max tomorrow. The groups will be meshed, and your mentors will be known. So you get to know the person that will be in charge of your group. So we are going to have 3 major groups, and myself, Kemi, and Esther will be supervising each of the group. So then we may have time that we'll have like um, maybe webinars together and all that. But we're starting this mentorship program with the 21 days UI challenge. So let me know if you have any questions. So this document will be shared, like I said. So let me know if you have any question for me. I'll be reading the chat. Let me know. So thank you, Shikemi. That'll be all for my end. Thank you. Is there any
Okay,
other thing
thank
I
you
want
so
to
much
say?
for that
Yeah.
sharing.
So Monday we are starting the 21 days challenge. So we want you to just drink water today. Sorry, Saturday and Sunday rest, stretch. You're starting the journey 21 days, and it's very important that you take this serious. If you want to remain in the mentorship program, which will be for 1 month, you need to like be consistent. Post on LinkedIn, post your work. Let people, don't be shy. Post your work. Post your work. And mention Rachel, or mention Shikemi, mention Esther, mention Bolashade. We are not shy of your design. We understand that you're beginners.
We'll even
Do
help
you
you
get?
repost.
Do you get? So thank you. Okay, so your exams will be on your Canva. Yes, the Canva app, Canvas. Yes,
Canvas,
and
yes.
the TAs will communicate that to you. You're going to take an exam. We already set the questions already. So when you have to take it, they will let you know as well. But just keep your eyes on the groups. We're going to be merging the WhatsApp group, like I said, and Telegram group is just going to remain there. That's going to be the general group. So how it will go, but next week will be strictly for the 21 days challenge. Then every day you have to drop your link, your LinkedIn post link on your group, the group that you belong to, the mentorship group that you belong to. You need to drop it every day. So there will be somebody that will be assigned to be checking it to see, okay, this person, there'll be like an attendance or something based on your population. But thank you very much. So I will encourage you,
Thank you
please,
so
Esther, do
much.
you have anything to say about this? To encourage, let's encourage them to do this. Thank you, Esther.
I'm so sorry. My voice is amazing today. I'm a bit under the weather, but then what I would just say is show up. If you have a task to do, do it. For every task that you'll be given for the 21 days, please go through the length and breadth of solving those problems, because for people who say that we're not creative, we can't develop, or we can't design, or we don't know how to use colors. If I were chance to tell you my story, I did not have a creative background at all. Delving into UI UX took me every manner of begging God. So if you would need to come on this challenge to say that I'm not giving up right now and I must do it. So you would go through the length of carrying out research, you would go through the length of making sure that at the end of the day, you are able to put something out there. In the little things that you improve daily, 21 days you would improve 21 times, and after your improvement you would have become better, 21 times better than you ended this course today. So at the end of 21 days you would have been 21 times better than you were today. So please do every task that is there, post it, even if you feel that it's not nice, post it. You don't know if your next job will come from there. You don't know if somebody from US will get you from there. And you know the difference between naira to dollar right now. So think about it and do your homework. Thank you very much. Show up.
Thank you. I love what you said about that. Every day you work on it 21 times, like you're getting better 21 times. That's good, and that's the literal truth. Like we really get better by improving ourselves. It's truly, I mean, that's the literal truth. Okay,
Okay,
so
so
do we have before I even go on to the tips and announce our winner? Just a short way. Do we have anything to say about portfolio branding? Like maybe your LinkedIn, or what helped you? Was it website or PDF? Was it talking? What stood out for you actually? To Esther. Let's start with Esther then, Olashadi.
Oh, okay. So you put me on the stand. All right. So personally, when I started, um, I think the portfolio that I submitted was a PDF portfolio at the start. So we had just finished something from I think Coursera. Yes. So I had just finished a course on Coursera, Google UX course on Coursera then. And then we had done our PDF portfolio. So to get my internship job at the time, I was told to submit anything. So I just picked up that portfolio and tried to put one or two things together, submitted it, and then I got my first job. But as time went on, you would think that the PDF portfolio would go a long way to get you better jobs, but it did not help me. So I had to go through the length of designing a portfolio on Figma and then using that to get jobs. And after I saw that I needed to upskill myself again, I had to go get a personalized website where I put some of my portfolio, some of my case study jobs, and then I posted that as well. And later I started to use Notion portfolio. I just started trying different things to just make sure that if somebody says, I want to see your portfolio, I would always be ready to show up for that. So that's what worked for me. I hope I was able to answer the question.
Yes, that's amazing actually. And that shows
Okay.
us that everything we've been talking about is, I mean, we're all on the same page. It's part of it.
Yes.
What works for you.
Yes.
And then even as you're starting out, like she said, PDF portfolio, like it's maybe as you get better and you have like more content, you can say, okay, I want to post on your website. And even like Figma, as you get better, Figma works. You
Yeah.
can interact on Figma, share the prototype link and they'll be able to go through your portfolio and they are very much okay
Mhm.
with things like that. So thank you very much, Esther. Do you have one or two tips before I just quickly run through our tips and things like that? What would you advise?
What would I advise in what sense?
Oh no, this like the end. So what will you say? Oh, do okay. Although you've already said, keep going, keep trying, show up. But is there any tips, maybe portfolio wise now? Like, okay, even as you use that PDF portfolio, maybe at the bottom put your contacts, because if they can't find you, they can't find you. So, are there any other tips maybe you want to add to what you said?
Okay, so I think that I would start with the case study you want to put on your portfolio. So for the case study you want to put on your portfolio, be as detailed as possible. I'm not sure that just designing a sign up page is something you can put on a portfolio to say, okay, I've done a good job. So you want to try to see how to do an end to end project. You want to give yourself a project that you want to work on. Say, I want to design a bank application. You start with your research. So I know we were taught all of this from the start. So you build your case study and you build it well. Be as detailed as possible on your case study, which you then transfer to your portfolio. So people try to summarize their case studies, and then at the end of the day, they think that that would earn them. If you check my Behance, you see a lot of summarized jobs there. You'll see, because I'm using it to teach people, so I just summarize. This is what you do. This is what you do. This is how you post. So I use summarized jobs on my own Behance, but it has not even given me a job. Oh. I've not sent my Behance at all to anybody because it's I don't think it will give me one good job, yeah. But what you want to do is you want to be as summarized, you want to be as elaborate, rather, not summarized. You want to be as elaborate as possible. Explain to them everything you have done. So this was what I really did for my for my research. These were the findings I got from my research. These findings then made me think of solving the problem like this. While I was solving the problem, these were the challenges I encountered, and this was how I moved through the challenges. Then under it, you now put, do you have any thoughts? And so on and so forth. And then if you want to reach out to me, please do so via my email, or you can contact me this way. Now, what you've done is you've used a form of story method to catch the attention of your user, to make them follow through your case study, and then help you. In fact, they are fixed on what you are doing. So how did this person solve the problem? And after you have solved the problem, you then tell them that na me do am o, contact me. And while you do that,
Exactly.
you see that people would actually want to get across to you. And sometimes people want to see the process of things. So be as detailed as you want to be as detailed as possible. And while you are doing that, still focus on making your design beautiful. Because as much as you want to be detailed, people still love beautiful things. So try to maybe do some very, very little micro interactions, your button moving in one certain way, your maybe something just doing some twinkle twinkle things up and down that would grab people's attention. Yes, those are the little things that people see and say, oh, I think this person knows what he is doing. I saw a website, and the moment you just move your mouse across the website, you just see that the website, everything on the website is just moving along with the mouse. I stayed on that website for over an hour just playing. I didn't know what else I was doing on the website again. I played for the next 1 hour. I was just moving my mouse and I was just enjoying myself and saying, nice, nice, nice. I didn't know when I spent 1 hour. If somebody had done that on his portfolio, and I am a hiring manager and I had seen that, that would enter my mind more than any other person that does like a minimal effort job. And then I would get the person to want to talk to the person, and I would get that person the job. So you want to go, as much as we want to do all of this, we want to go the extra mile to be different. First, before I start preaching now, you are supposed to make a difference everywhere you go to. So in this little task that you have been given, try to make a difference. Try to be more different than the other person. Put something beautiful up there, be as elaborate as possible, and push yourself to your limit. When you get to your limit, there will be a breaking forth. Push yourself to the place where you have that creative block, that you
Yeah.
cannot think again, that you feel like, no, this is the best I can do, I can't do it again. Then go and take a nap. I'm giving you something I've experienced. Get to that point where you cannot think about that solution again. Leave that job, go and take a nap, come back again, and you would see that that thing that you thought was the best that you could offer, that was the most minimal that you could offer. You would see a break light from that point again. So I think I'm done. Before
You've
I start
done
preaching, don't let me
justice.
come.
You've done literal
So please,
justice.
please keep moving, keep moving. Yeah.
And another thing a mentor told me was storytelling. As much as we lay out all the information and our detailed, one thing that can captivate or hook your readers is when you apply storytelling. Like, let it be enjoyable to read. It's not just you're pouring using grammar, these goals, prototype. Like, let me even understand what I'm reading. So even maybe I'm not designer inclined, I can still understand what's going on and be able to relate, or even at least, okay, I'll start imagining to be like, oh, I'm even on this team. I can see when so and so is talking, when so and so is talking, and before you know it, like, it's amazing. So as the pictures are captivating me, as I get to see all the details, all the diagrams and everything, when storytelling is implemented, it literally goes a long way. Goes a long way. All right, so we have two more itineraries and 4 minutes. Flasha, do you have anything to add before I go on? All right, let me go on. So now we'll just be running through some tips that could help us along the way, and then the highlights of today. Okay. Okay, so let my slides just come up. Okay. So what tips we have? One, stay current. Stay current. Update every few months. Apart from learning the trends, also be updating your portfolio, because you still do better designs and you have to like remove the designs that are not really best speaking your current level of skill from your portfolio. So update, stay current every few months. Just showcase your new skills and remove outdated work. Then your first impressions matter, just like you said. What is your homepage? What is your intro? Who are you? What are your colors? Like, what animations have you put into, like, just when they come in and they're like, wow, this is amazing. So your first impression matter, because your first impression will make them keep scrolling. Then keep it clear. Let your navigation be easy. Apply UI UX to your portfolio, not just your work, to your actual portfolio as well. Let your navigation be easy so that visitors can quickly understand the value that you bring. Authenticity is key. Let it reflect who you are. We saw the portfolio that they used an avatar. It wasn't a person's picture. So that's the person's personality. Let your portfolio reflect your personality. Yes, professionally and personally. We saw another portfolio. He's a product designer on Google, but he's also a photographer. So you can put those things to just add life to your portfolio and let them get to know you. Then quality over quantity. Fewer projects with well documented processes are more impressive than many projects. So not about like I put 50 projects, about the two I put, how well do they speak about me and show my professionalism. Then let it be a living document. So it should evolve, make it dynamic and always relevant. So if you want to update it with trends, or you want to just keep updating your work, let it be living. Let them know that they'll come today, they'll see, they'll come 5 years later. Like, you need to grow, and as you're growing, your portfolio needs to grow with you. And even see Esther's story. She evolved from PDF to Figma to website to I think you said Notion, right? So don't just say, oh, PDF, that's PDF. Like, evolve, grow, and definitely your work will grow with you. So we've come to the time we've been waiting for. Let the drums roll. Woo! I'm so excited. We've worked hard. We've worked hard. I'm proud of each and every one of us. I mean, it's been a journey. Because your name is here doesn't mean you didn't do well. Or some is just like tiny minor differences that didn't make your name come out. So I'm proud of each and every one of us. I just want us to congratulate ourselves regardless. Um, when choosing this, we considered everything: the prototype, your presentation, the designs, and every other thing. So, and then I also tried my best, like, okay, let's even look at different fields. So, we have the winner of food ordering app, e commerce, health, and banking application. So, with good courage and love and everything, these are our winners. Woo! So congratulations on the food ordering app to Team Ideate.
Wow.
Congratulations on the e-commerce app to Team Excellence. Congratulations on the health application to Team Creative. And congratulations on the banking application to Team Booster. So
Wow, this is
so
amazing. This is
congratulations to
amazing.
everyone. What do you
Wow.
say?
I said this is amazing. Like, no,
Yes,
you
I
guys did well.
mean,
You guys did well.
you guys did
Congratulations.
well, in the short
Ideate,
time. I mean,
creative booster, congratulations. And to every other
um,
person or to every other team, I'm sure you guys tried. I'm sure you guys did.
yes,
You guys tried. And I know that it would have been a very tough decision to have gotten to this
very,
particular place.
very,
So congratulations to
very.
everyone.
Congratulations. We're proud of you. So now we've come to the end, and our time is fast spent. This has been an amazing journey for me, and I'm sure it has been for each and every one of our facilitators, even the students here, from the
Yeah.
beginning to now. 3 months, yo! And now we're even moving on to mentorship. You see, like, we're literally not the same when we started. We're more confident. We worked as a team. I mean, it's not easy. And you guys kept showing up. I'm proud. I'm proud. So keep it up, guys. Keep going. Don't give up. Just
Yeah.
keep going. God will help you put in the efforts, research, learn, confidence your way through it all. And I mean, the sky is just the starting point. So thank you all so much for this evening. I'll miss you guys so much. Except, I mean, you guys try and get the mentorship winning 21 days. You can do it. So I'll probably see some of you again. But I mean, I'll literally miss you guys, and I'm wishing you all the best. It's been an amazing journey. So much love from here. Let me not start crying. Yeah. Thank you all very much. And yeah, do you have anything to say, Esther?
I was about to say, yo.
As in,
So
as
sometimes
in,
when you get so excited, you just say, yo, man, this, wow, this is really amazing. I'm going to miss a whole lot of you. I can't start calling names because if I start, people will now say you didn't call my own name. So to
yeah.
everyone who has been here from the start, to some of us who felt confused at the start, to some of us who felt like I need to change my course, so I don't think product design is for me, to some of us who still stayed till this point, I want to say you are the main, I was about to say you are the main man, but let's change it. You are the main
The
lady,
woman.
you are the
Yes,
main woman, you are the main person. And to the facilitators, to the assistants we had, to the studio managers, to everyone, back end, front end, who had been helping us make sure that our messages went or goes online. Everyone is carried along. I want to say thank you to everybody, to Incubator Hub, to everyone, to Lita generally. You guys, you're
yeah.
amazing. You're amazing. And I know that the journey is not stopping here. I know that this is the start of something new. So I want you to just go to your bed tonight, smile, sleep, and then on Monday we move. That's all.
Yes, we move. We definitely move. So yeah, and I've seen you guys posting on LinkedIn. Super amazing. Thank you for the support. Keep putting yourself out there. Thank you to all the coordinators, to everybody behind the scenes, making sure that this is a success. And to each and every one of you. I mean, I'm so grateful. So reach out to us, send us emails, send us messages on LinkedIn. We'll reply to you. I don't think there's anyone that has messaged me that I didn't reply. If I didn't, just you can always send again. I'll reply. So that be said, have an awesome night. Good night. Esther's LinkedIn, for those that said that they didn't see her LinkedIn, has been dropped in the chat box, so you should see that too. Or well, true it all. Thank you all so much. Have an awesome night. God bless you. Good
Good
night.
night, everyone.
Have you ever wondered how digital skills can change lives? Do you